Today we're going to explore different ways to make our programs more interesting again. In this case, we're going to use special effects. So let's take a look at the program that we have in front of us. Right now, as I read through this program, it tells me that I have no score. I have a duck that gets positioned to 4261. I could move it around, but it has to stay in the screen. And then I look at my on-game update and I see that there is also an egg, duck egg, that is created every 3 seconds that goes to a random spot with a random velocity and it bounces on the screen. Okay, fabulous. Once my duck egg overlaps with my duck, the duck moves to a new random position. I earn a point and my duck says, "I have found you at last," because the goal of this game is for the duck to find all of its missing eggs. And then in a forever loop, we have the program looking to see if the score reaches 5, because if that happens, that means the duck has collected all of its eggs and we win the game. And then the duck says, "Oh, all my babies are safe and sound." So let's get started. Let's take a look and see what that looks like as is right now. So we put that in full screen. We move the duck around to catch the eggs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. The game works exactly as I expected to. I win the game. I've scored 5. I think the banner gets in the way of seeing all my babies are safe and sound, so I probably want to rework that, but that's not the focus today, so I'm not going to worry about that. However, notice that when I win the game, there's already an effect. Confetti falls from the sky. Well, what if I don't want confetti? What if I'd like to have something different? I don't want the default. Let's go in and fix that first. I have to find somewhere on my program where it talks about winning. And I see it right here in my forever loop. Game over, win, when I score 5 points. I would like to change the effect. So I'm going to go up to my search and I'm going to type in effects, because we all know how much I love to use the search bar. And I am looking for something that has to do with effects and winning. That's the special effect I want to change when I win the game. So I see in here it says use effect confetti. That's the default for a win. I'm going to grab that piece of code and I'm going to add it into where I am checking for my score. And then I'm going to change it from confetti. Let's put in bubbles. Oh, bubbles. Let's test it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see the bubbles coming up from the bottom now. So I've changed the special effect for when I win the game. Hopefully that was useful to you. Hi, I'm back and I want to add in a new special effect. What if I would like for my poor duck to have to find its baby eggs in a blizzard? I can do that. That's in the scene category because I'm setting the scene or the background for my program. But as usual, I'm going to use the search bar to find the effect that I want. After I type the word effect, I see where it says Start Screen Confetti Effect. That looks like what I want to happen. I want this to happen, though, when the game starts. And I don't want confetti. I want my duck going out in a blizzard. Let's take a look and see if a blizzard happens when we start the program. Oh, look at that poor duck. It is just trying to get through that blizzard and find those eggs. The next stop on our special effects journey is going to be looking at what happens when I destroy a sprite. We've looked at overlaps. We know that when we overlap things, we usually destroy one of the sprites. In this case, though, I'd like to destroy the sprite and have an effect happen. I already have it set up for us. When the player sprite, duck, overlaps other sprite of kind collectible, that's my egg, I am going to have it destroy the duck egg, which sounds very harsh, but we're going to add an effect that makes it seem like it's not as harsh as it sounds. When we have our destroy block in place, if we click the plus button, we can add in a fun effect for it. So I have smiles on here. We're going to leave it at smiles because the egg is very happy that it found its duck. So let's see what happens. Oh, I can see smiles. There's a couple of smiles, and then you win the game when you hit 5. That works as well. Stay tuned. We've got one more to do. And we're back. We're going to look at one more way to add a special effect. We already have it that the egg is very happy when it's reunited with the duck. And that is evidenced by the smiles that show when the egg is overlapping the duck. What if we could also make it so that the duck was happy? We're going to look for something that has my sprite attached. So here it is, my sprite start, it says spray effect. I'm going to grab that, and I would like that to happen after it says, I have found you at last. We have to make sure that it says duck, and then I would like to change the effect to hearts. Aw, so sweet. And then I'm going to give that a time as well for how long I'd like it to show hearts. There we go. All right, it looks like we're ready to test the whole thing. Let's go into full screen. Let's hit our start button, and away we go. Our poor duck is going through its blizzard. Egg 1, I see smiles, I see hearts, smiles and hearts, and I see bubbles. It looks like all of our special effects are in place. Congratulations.